Hello and welcome. In this series, we're going to be talking about how to embrace midlife change, how to move through this phase of your life successfully so you can feel confident about your future. And you've already taken the first really important step, which is joining the program, because now you have the support you need to feel empowered, right? And equipped to face what life's throwing at you. And what's really interesting is that for many women, as they become stronger, physically, as they balance their hormones, as they improve their well-being, they feel stronger mentally and emotionally, more able to face what life's throwing at them now, and more capable of facing what the future might hold. So in this series, I'm going to be helping you build up your skills and knowledge around this so you can feel more at peace, so you can feel more equipped, so you can feel more confident to face life now and the years ahead. So let's look at what we're going to be covering. This week, we're going to talk about what's really going on right now in our lives, in this phase of our life. Next week, we'll talk about mindset tools to help you. Week 3, we're talking about our body as we age, what's happening, and how we need to make our peace with getting older. Then we'll be talking about our brain, the cognitive changes, and how important it is and what we can do to stay young mentally. Then we'll be talking about your sense of self. You know, many women tell me, "Hey, Belle, I just don't feel myself anymore. Almost feel like a different person. What's going on?" We're going to be talking about how there are changes with our personality, okay, through this phase of our life, and how we can kind of reconnect with our true self. Then we'll be talking about the small stuff, like how important the little daily habits are, which you already know from the program, because they're a powerful determinator of our future happiness. We'll be talking then in week 7 about the big life challenges. And this phase of our life seems to throw a lot of stuff at us. You know, there can be divorce, remarriage, chronic illness, a death in the family, and maybe a death of a parent. Your children leave home, you change jobs, you lose your job. So many things that can be a source of great stress, right? And we need to be ready and prepared to be able to navigate these big challenges. I'm going to help you with this, okay? And then in week 8, we're going to be talking about thinking about the future, because we can kind of get so preoccupied with coping with what's going on right now, we stop thinking about the future and dreaming and setting goals. And it's really important to spend some time doing this, so I'm going to help you, okay? So let's talk about what's going on right now, and I've put a little model together for you which kind of takes a bird's eye view of our life. So from the ages of 0 to 25, this is when we're looking for our purpose in life, our values, our goals, what we're passionate about. We choose our career path, right? This is very formative. Then we move on to achieving, right? In our career, we get married, we have children, we accumulate material possessions, right? This is a very focused on goals and achieving. And then we reach the fulfillment phase. And this is what many of us are facing right now, which is where, okay, we've worked really hard. Where are the rewards of our life? All right. And then maybe things that I've always wanted to do that I haven't done because I've been bringing up a family or I've been working full time. Maybe I've got time for those things now. And then the last phase is liberation, where we stop really caring about what other people think. We let go of dysfunctional emotions and thoughts from the past, and we start to kind of accept that we are being liberated, you know, in terms of our body, in terms of letting go, making our peace with moving on, okay, and saying goodbye. Don't have to be negative ideas and concepts. They can actually be positive, seen within the life cycle, all right, and the big picture of life. And you know, many people, as they get older, start to find a peace that they never had when they were younger. And so that should be an aspiration for us too, all righty? So we are now facing this transition period, and it's really tumultuous. It is difficult, you know, because we're going through the hormonal changes, because we're going through big life changes. We're having to do this transition, and this is what we're focusing on in this series, is how to embrace this process of change, all right? Why is it so important? Because if we resist this, if we resist getting older, if we resist the notion of change, it creates tremendous stress. Even cognitive dissonance, that's the terminology, where, we know it's happening, but we're in denial, and it creates this internal conflict, all right? And it's not good for us physically or emotionally. We need to make our peace. This is going to happen. We are going to get older. Hey, I was in denial, right? I was like, I'm not going through menopause. What's 50? But when it all happened, it was a bit of a rude shock. And I quickly realized that if I don't make my peace with this could really undo my happiness long term. So in this series, that's one of my goals for you, to help you find your peace, right? And feel more positive about the process of this life change that we're going through. So how do we actually embrace midlife change? This is the whole theme of what we're going to be talking about. But the biggest concept is stop fighting it, right? Don't resist it. We want to be able to embrace it, be flexible, be open. And this process to enable that, is a process of letting go. Because as we let go, we create space in our lives for new things. And that's going to be something we'll be going over in the different topics that we're looking at. So I want to give you a few really important tips, some big picture stuff, okay? So the first thing is, let's just calm down, alrighty? This could be an incredibly stressful time of our lives. And without realizing, we can be running in high gear all the time. So it's really important just to think, hang on a minute, just calm down. Take a few deep breaths, relax, right? As you do that, you're going to feel more in control. The second thing is to find more balance. And obviously that's an important part of what we're doing on the program, is to get more balance in our lives. Because when we're younger, in the achieving mode, we're kind of like in that high gear, go, 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 work, 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 family, running around, doing 1,000 things. And then as our hormones change, we hit the wall and we find that we just can't do that anymore. And we need to find balance, all right? The next thing is to get in tune with your body. And I'm sure that over the period of time that you've been on the program already, you've had some major aha moments about your body. And so, but getting in tune and in touch, and I'll be going through some of these things in the next few weeks, it enables you to have a higher level of awareness of what's really happening for you on the inside. Instead of being busy all the time in high gear and going full on, you actually pause for a little bit and go, hang on, how am I really feeling right now? What's really going on? And when you do that, boom, the light goes on and you can see the way for the path forward. The next thing is to improve your self-care. So we've already done a lot of work on this through the program, right? How important it is to look after you, to stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list, to make time for you. That's okay, and very, very important, because as you're feeling happy, physically, mentally, and emotionally, you're able to be there for the people that you love, right? And then the next thing is to reconnect with your true self. And I'll be talking about this through the program, is how do we get back in touch with ourselves? Because through that process of life, remember those phases we talked about, the purpose, the achieving, can become quite disconnected from ourselves because we're so externally focused, right? So through this series, I want to come back and help you reflect back into yourself, right? And start to be more aware of you and your true desires and passions and goals in life. And lastly, seeking your purpose. See how it leads into that. As you reconnect to yourself, you become more aware of, hey, is my purpose for the rest of my life? Maybe that's changed. Maybe I need to reevaluate. And I'm going to guide you with this, because this is really important. As we find a deeper level of purpose, we have a sense of motivation and drive and passion that fuels that on the inside to help embrace change and see it as a positive thing, right? Not as a negative thing. All right, so here's a few traps to avoid, big picture traps. The first thing is, don't judge yourself. I mean, we carry a lifetime of judgments that we've developed right from our childhood, through school, through work, things that people said, things that we tell ourselves. And they can be so limiting and destructive. And I'll be guiding you through how to let go of some of these, right? So the first thing is just to kind of think to yourself, hey, let it be. Don't judge myself. Just try it. Test it. Test out that thought. Test out that little idea. How does it feel? Do that first before you throw it out, before you judge it. Makes sense, right? So be open. Start to care less about what others think, From this phase of our life onwards, it's very much about, really being grounded in what we think is important, our values and ideas, rather than letting others determine that and put their thoughts and values on us. We're wiser and older now. So let's care less about what others think and more about what's important to us. And then avoid unhealthy coping behaviors. And I'm going to be going through this in the series because these things can sneak in really easily, especially during perimenopause when things are really tough. We start to look at unhealthy ways of coping, and they actually make it a lot harder, not easier. All right. So I'm going to be helping you with this as well. So the next steps are, I want you to write a list of things that feel out of balance to you in your life. This week is about doing a little bit of thinking. So take a piece of paper and a pen and just think to yourself, what doesn't feel in balance to me? And for everyone, it's going to be different, but just listen to your heart, listen to your instincts, and that immediately is going to bring up something to your consciousness that needs to kind of be done a bit of work on, right? And then we can be focusing on that through the series. So write down a list of things that feel out of balance to you. And then the second thing is, I want you to write down a list of judging thoughts and focus on letting one go this week. So these are these thoughts that we tell ourselves, they can be, for each one of us, they're very different, but they're often quite negative, right? And putting ourselves down and taking energy from us and stopping us from being the best we can be. So, you might write down 2 or 3 things, just things that you kind of feel about yourself, things that you say to yourself, and just pick one and go, you know what, this week, when that rises up, I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it float away. I'm going to consciously say, let it go, Belinda, or whatever your little phrase is, let it go. I'm not going to hang on to that judging thought. Now, if you can just do these 2 things this week, all right, make an identifiable list of things that feel out of balance and focus on letting one judging thought go, you will be amazed at what a difference it makes to how you feel on the inside. That you're going to start to feel a little bit more positive and empowered about successfully navigating life now, but also, and so importantly, about the years ahead. All right. So next week, I'm going to be going through 3 mindset tools that are going to help you. These are really, really powerful, right? I use them in my life on a daily basis, and they're incredibly helpful for navigating the things that are going on right now and staying in a positive mindset. Alrighty. So we'll be talking about the 3 mindset tools. So, alrighty. So don't forget, go and do your homework. Have a little rethink this week. Reflect on what we've talked about, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Play the next episode now or view the full series. For menopause nutrition plans and coaching support, join my YouTube members area. You'll find the link below this video.